This is what I've been thinking about. This is what's been on my heart. This is what's been on my spirit. Is this where I am now? No. But that's a part of surrealism. That's a part of surreal art. Even though it's a play on words, surrealism, if you look at artists like Dali, if you look at artists Salvador Dali, if you look at artists like Magritte, these are well-known surreal artists. And even if you look at artists who are into surrealism now, you'll see drastic changes. Some things are still the same because surrealism is really a play on the subconscious. It's not really feeding so much into what we see on the surface layer. It's feeding more into those other layers. And you'll notice that as time goes on, as time progresses, surrealism art changes with the times, because the way that we see things changes with the times. So, I spent some time really just building the business up, really just being a life coach, really just reaching out to people and inspiring, empowering, and motivating. But the whole time I knew that this part was still something that I wanted to give to people. I still wanted to be able to inspire people through music. What God showed me is that I had a gift of communicating to people and conveying a message. And that's how I started the business with a quality service, because I began to realize that whether it was through my journey, whether it was overcoming the adversities I had overcame, whether it was through public speaking, life coaching, there was still a message that was being given to the people. There was still a message of empowerment, a message of motivation, a message of inspiration that was being given, and it didn't have to rhyme. Yeah, I think for me, I think for me, the music it wasn't fun no more. And I think when the two biggest changes for me kind of going into that setting were my sister passed away my first year of college. My mother had passed away 3 years before I went in. So kind of being in that college setting was almost like, I'm just here for the ride at this point. I went back to school. A big part of it was me going back to school for my family, but a big piece of my music was also fueled by my family. I wanted to put my moms in that house. I wanted to see my sister doing good. I wanted to see my nieces and nephews benefit from that. And when she passed away, it really took a big piece out of me from music. And I guess another component that was really playing a factor in it was doing it for money. It was, of course, it's a business. We know this. We know that music's a hustle, of course. But what was beginning to plague me was when it being a business was more important than the product. Okay? If you have Coca-Cola, for example, and Coca-Cola is more concerned with how they're going to market, how they're going to distribute Coca-Cola versus how it tastes, yet the time is not being put into how good the product is. So it made me take a step away from it. The project that you're going to hear is really along the road to transition. Okay, so where I am now is not where I was on this project. Okay, so in order for people to understand the journey, they have to know where you've been. But with music, you still want to be able to artistically convey that message. So what surrealism is a journey. Surrealism is basically the butterfly in the cocoon. It's not quite the caterpillar and it's not quite the butterfly. It's in the middle. So, and things that hadn't really come to fruition yet, and now they have, or still in the works of things that I want to be. So for example, you have songs like Lake Road. Okay, so with Lake Road is talking about me cruising down Lake Road with my wife. And I'm married, but I wasn't married when I wrote that. You know what I mean? I wasn't married when I wrote Lake Road. It was just something that it was on my mind. It was something that I wanted. It was something that I was pursuing. And other songs are really things that were kind of weighing heavy on me. As I'm walking this road to who I am now, these are the things that were kind of weighing heavy on my heart. These are the things that I found therapeutic to be able to share, you know, from college to losing those loved ones on a letter, or really even coming into this whole new state of thinking, which is really displayed on Deep Thinking, where, you know, we've learned so much in a college setting. You know I did. I learned a lot. Most of the stuff I learned wasn't in the classroom. So you learn so much as far as about different religions. You learn about politics. You learn about sociology, psychology. You learn about all of these different components. And deep thinking is really just me kind of just really doing some deep thinking, you know, really just going through all of those layers and saying, what about this? What about this? What if? You know, so say the only song that was written recently is Walk Away. And it's funny because the producer, Annie Up, Quiet as Kept, that beat is almost, he did that beat maybe about 12 years ago. Yeah, he did a beat like 12 years ago. That was always at the top of our list, like, this is nasty, this is filthy. But to be honest with you, the beat was a little intimidating, you know. So I think it took some time for me to really find what needed to be said on that record instead of forcing something. And Walk Away is the only record that was written kind of current day. You know, the project is really 5 years in the making. It's really 5 years. Some of the production is a little bit even older than that. But even when I'm working on music, I always strive to find production that's timeless. I always want production that's doesn't sound dated, that you can really throw it in at any point in time and you can ride it, you can play it, you can enjoy it, you can see the portrait and not feel as though this is only something that is you can enjoy in a time-sensitive situation. So I just want audiences to know that this is really, hey, this is Sir, and this is where I've been. It's been a while since I put out music. This might be the first time you hear something. So if this is your first time listening, then this is where I've been recently. And where I've been before that is a whole nother path. But I want to welcome you to the Surreal Life at this point. Welcome back to the Surreal Life. New season. So